Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy!
Fascism in progress.
Fascism completed, actually. The blue line has gotten all the way to the right-hand side.
You think it's done? You think they've gone as far as they're going to go?
No, I think that I think that if you're a fascism fan, you should be very happy because this is as close as we've ever gotten. That's
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like if you're a Detroit Tigers fan or a fascism fan, you're having a great year. It's just, those are the, it's just been a great 2025 for fascist fans. And, if you are a fascist fan and you're listening, congratulations.
And also the Tiger starting staff has been excellent this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both the fascism starting staff.
Yeah. This is getting pretty bleak, folks. Welcome to Right is Wrong.
This is episode 8. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or not?
I think so. I think it's 8.
Let me double check.
Let me check our Wikipedia page.
Episode 8.
It is episode 8. Okay.
Which is good because the last 7 episodes have done their job and things are really going in the right direction. So
yes, I mean, think about how bad America would be if we had not recorded those first 7 episodes.
Yeah, we're chipping away at it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're not at all. Oh fuck.
No.
But we are glad to be here, and I mean, when I say glad is not really the right word.
No, we're amazed to be here, and that every word is not has to go through a filter.
Yeah. So we haven't done this since 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, a lot has happened. Obviously, the Charlie Kirk thing happened, which has become now the catalyst for the fascist movement to really ramp up, I think.
Yes, and Trump has also declared Antifa as a terrorist organization. There's no such thing as Antifa. There's no such thing as Antifa. Antifa means anti-fascist and anti-racist, which if you have any fucking conscience, you'd be anti-fascist and anti-racist.
If you're
Normandy.
If you're anti-Antifa, then you are anti-fascism, which means you're pro-fascism.
Yes. Or
right?
if you're Antifa, you're just fa, right?
If you're anti-Antifa. I mean, look, nobody should justify violence, destruction, vandalism, and everybody, so there have been people on both sides of the aisle that have done bad things, but the general gist or the point of Antifa is to push back against greed, fascism, abuse, abuse of power, abuse of police. I mean, the movement is, in its origins, has a noble goal.
Antifa defeated the Nazis, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like World War II soldiers, if anyone listening had a grandparent or an ancestor that fought in World War II against the Nazis, they were Antifa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard to figure out, folks.
I know, it's pretty basic.
But too many dumb fucks who still think that tariffs are being paid by China or El Salvador, wherever the product comes from. No, we're paying that. Does Google not work for these people?
You know what? I'm going to say something that maybe is a little controversial, but I think people are actually getting. I think that the number of people who are still fooled by the orange fascist fuck, I think it's diminishing. I really do. I really think people are starting to understand that this guy is out of his mind, out of his gourd, has fascist tendencies, has no fucking idea what he's doing on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's starting to be chipped away at. I may be wrong, but my fingers are crossed.
Well, he can't be getting any new fans, that's for sure.
No.
And I think that, but I'm still amazed at his popularity polls. It's 39% approval still. Like what? Or 38 in some.
I wonder if, like, I wonder who's getting polled. That's what I wonder, because are people are so disillusioned. Are they even answering polls honestly? Or are they even answering polls at all anymore? I mean, if someone polled me, I'd want to know who are you? What is your affiliation? You know what I mean? Because
Right,
I don't think people trust. And I'm just going to answer the phone and go, "Oh, you're a pollster? Here's my opinion. It's going to be represented accurately." You know what I
And
mean?
isn't it just landlines still, or has that been?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
It used
there's
to be
only
just landlines.
there's only like
Yeah,
170
I
people
know.
with
There's only like 15 people in America. They have landlines.
Yeah, exactly. It's only rotary phones. That's
Yeah,
yeah. But
you
anyway,
have
yeah,
to have a rotary phone and a fax machine to be polled.
yeah. I'm getting like
But by the way,
polls coming in.
I saw this morning about 5 minutes before we started the podcast. Did you see that Trump was in England and he said something like, "Yes, I'm the first American president to be welcomed to Windsor Castle," or something like that. And then somebody printed out a list of like 9 other presidents who have been to Windsor Castle, including Trump in 2018.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well,
Nobody
there.
questions any of this. And then
No, I
and
know.
when
I think that's the
yeah,
weirdest part. Is like he stood there next to Sturmer, or Starmer. How do you pronounce his name?
Starmer.
Starmer. Yeah, he stood next to Starmer
But
yesterday.
I sometimes pronounce it like this. Type
I
of mood I'm
that
in.
you pronounce it in wingdings,
Yes.
wingding font. Uh, he was standing next to Starmer, and he was saying stupid, crazy shit, and I just don't understand why Starmer. What would be the what would be the problem if he just broke the kind of like statesman character that he was playing and said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You know, like they're just because he was just saying nonsense, and Starmer had to stand there and kind of look stoic. And I feel bad for these world leaders that have to stand there and not break character.
Well, everybody thinks that if you're nice to him and if you kiss his ass, that you'll get something, which is probably true. But then, in other words, to have the relationship continue, you got to keep going back and kissing his ass. It's like after a while, like
It's
just
humiliating.
stop,
It's
stop.
humiliating. After a while, it's just humiliating. Like
We
to
need to be
humiliate
ostracized as a country. Stop buying our fucking stuff. Stop coming here, which is
Yeah,
happening already. Because
yeah,
why would a tourist get the fucking World Cup out of here? Find another place with 1 million soccer stadiums, which is easy.
yeah.
Get the Olympics out of here. We don't deserve any of this shit.
No, exactly. We don't deserve like countries that are descending rapidly into fascism should not be um should not be rewarded by having world events here.
And also, if you're a foreign athlete with brown skin or black skin, like I'd be fearing for my life.
Yeah.
You know, does ice take a few weeks off during the Olympics? I mean, really, these guys are
Actually,
just fucking cackling people.
they're adding an ice Olympic event.
That's true. Yeah,
It's the 500-yard catch a brown teenager dash. It's a
yeah.
great event. But
And all the medals are gold because Trump doesn't believe in any of the other medals. So
yeah,
everything's gold. Everybody
the
gets a
bronze
gold medal.
medal is gold plated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the silver doesn't even exist. Just
No.
make that gold too.
No. You have to it has to be gold.
This episode is brought to you by cowardice. Why stand up for what you know is right when you can roll over like a fat Labrador retriever who just wants a cookie? Cowardice. Get some today, you fucking fascist enabling pussies.
Real quick, I had an idea. And tell me where this idea goes wrong. But if all of us filed a class action lawsuit against against Trump, like wouldn't we be able to maybe get courts to take that case up and reward each of us like $1 million for everything we've gone through and then totally bankrupt? I mean, if 72 million people each got $1 million reward from a class action lawsuit against the president, wouldn't that be sweet?
Yeah, but with the Supreme Court, it would never have. I mean, even if it made its
Why?
way
It's a
up,
lawsuit. It's a legitimate lawsuit. We have grievances.
well, of course,
Yeah.
it's legitimate. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is now suing Disney for $1 billion, which he should. But I'm wondering, why make it $1 billion? Because that whole merger thing is like a $6.3 billion deal.
Yeah.
Make it 10 billion, make it 20 billion.
But why can't we all come together as a country, like people who are we could just in a court of law, we could play exact quotes from Trump. For example, we could play his whole thing about how free speech is supposed to be a guarantee, and he was all about free speech. And now that he's canceling free speech, we could play that in court and go, we were lied to. We each want $1 million fucking dollars. I'm just
Yeah, I
saying,
think, yeah, I think, well, first of all, he shirked all of his duties to the Constitution. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I mean. Like
he doesn't care about anything.
yeah.
He really doesn't. I mean, this is the biggest piece of shit person to ever set foot on American soil.
Oh, I know. Yeah. We don't. I just don't know how much more of it we're going to be able to take. But well, that's why we're here. We want people to listen. We want people to take action. We want people to get out there and do something. Even if it's just posting on social media or talking to friends, or don't just sit by.
Or go into or find out where Trump's eating and fucking yell at him like those ladies did. And he wants them to be imprisoned.
Yeah, for yelling.
For yelling that he's Hitler.
Yeah.
He wants them to be imprisoned.
By the way,
yelling.
J.D. Vance called him Hitler.
I know. And it wasn't even that long ago.
No, that's what's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, he literally got called Hitler by his VP, who's now, I mean,
yeah.
How does that not get repeated every single day by all the media? Just play it over and over and over and over, because they don't report on. I mean, yes, I read about that on social media, but like, that should be a huge story. The vice president called the president Hitler, and now he's,
and now that he's become even more Hitler-esque, he's like, oh, no, he's not Hitler. I mean, J.D. Vance is one of the worst human beings also. And it's amazing that he's so anti-trans and anti-gay and anti-immigrant. He's married to a woman from India, and he's bisexual, and he wears makeup. So I mean, really.
Oh, did you hear? I read that there's a report that the administration is going to try to designate all trans people as terrorists, as a terrorist group.
Oh, no,
I'm not kidding. Like, I read that. I don't know if that's true. It was quote unquote a report that they're working on plans to marginalize, like in a very Nazi-esque way, like what the Nazis did to gays and Jews. They're trying to do that to trans people as an entire group, to designate them as other or un-American, I don't know what, but like they're trying to, now that's the next step, is to take entire groups and designate them as something other than American.
Unbelievable. And you know what? The trans community is less than 1% of the population. And I read that Trump also wants to take guns away from transgender people and make it illegal for a transgender person to own a gun.
Even as a prop in like a burlesque show.
Now it's time for the MAGA auction.
Ladies and douchebags, welcome, welcome. We've got some fine items today, and we're going to get things rolling right away. First on the block, owning the libs. Let's get it started. Who'll give me their health coverage? Losing your health coverage to open. Do we hear no more health coverage? Yes, thank you, fat fuck in the red hat. Ignoring Jesus. Ignoring Jesus, ignoring Jesus. Who'll give me ignoring Jesus? Excellent, ignoring Jesus from the bleach blonde lady with a giant gold cross. Who's going to give me police state? Police state, police state. Do I hear living in a police state to own the libs? Police state, yes. From the other fat fuck in the Trump is Lord t-shirt that's 9 sizes too small. Got police state. Do I hear more diseases to own the libs? More diseases, more diseases. Anybody? Yes, you in the back with the brainworm and the charred skin. Neighbor kidnapping, neighbor kidnapping. Who will bid neighbor kidnapping to own the libs? Yes, man waving the Nazi flag in the front. Oh, and we have another bid of ignoring pedophiles, ignoring pedophiles. Thank you, man, with the puffy lips with way too much filler. Who here wants to own the libs? Marginalizing communities. This deluxe package includes transgenders, transgender athletes, the disabled, veterans, and anybody who doesn't look like you. Marginalizing communities. Yes to the idiot facing the wrong direction with a Confederate flag diaper. I've got unlimited hate. Looking for unlimited hate. Unlimited hate. Who'll give me unlimited hate? Unlimited hate. Unlimited hate going once. Unlimited hate going twice. Sold to the gentleman in the back in the Kevlar vest with the automatic weapons pointed at the podium. Congratulations. You totally own the libs now. Collect your certificate of authenticity from Barbara. Oh, I just want to say one thing about the Charlie Kirk thing. how people are being fired for not even saying mean things, for quoting him. They're using his quotes, his exact quotes, not even paraphrasing. They're getting fired from their jobs if
Right.
they write something. I don't even want to say it's something mean, and it is something mean, but it's something mean that they're parroting back.
Well, it's like people are posting this thing about how Charlie I can't remember what the exact quote was, but basically, like, Charlie did this to himself in a sense because he
He was so pro-gun. Yeah.
okayed gun culture. He basically put a rubber stamp on gun culture and said that's just part of being American. So if gun culture is just part of being American and some of the collateral, quote unquote, collateral deaths are just the price we pay for the Second Amendment, then why would we mourn him if he was just collateral? I just don't understand like how you out of one side of your mouth you can basically glorify gun culture and then on the other side of your mouth be upset if just this specific person that you liked is a victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the most, I mean, if you look up hypocrisy, that's the definition of it.
Well,
I
that's
say
all.
one
That's all the
thing
party
that's
is. The
okay for
party's
other
full of
people.
hypocrisy.
Yeah. It's okay for other people, but not okay for me.
Yeah.
Or vice
Well,
versa.
well, my point is that if they want to fire people who have said bad things or mean things about Charlie Kirk, hey man, we can play that game also, fuckers. We can start firing people that say nice things about Charlie Kirk.
Or
Seriously.
we can fire
Why
people.
not?
Why not fire people that say bad things about Pelosi or any Democrat? I mean, the amount of I mean, we had what about lock her up? All that,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
we've had talk about threats to a sitting. I mean, when Hillary was Secretary of State, talk about threats to a sitting government official.
Yes, and obviously Charlie Kirk was not
He wasn't
an
even an
elected
elected
official. No,
official.
no, he wasn't an elected official. And the whole thing, Trump went after Hillary and said that her Secret Service detail should be removed. This is while he was running against her.
Yeah.
He also threatened Liz Cheney with a firing squad.
He fucking put up a meme of Biden being hogtied and thrown into the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah. Yep.
And these are the people that are not going to glorify are saying that we're glorifying political violence when you're posting the sitting president of the United States being hogtied.
Charlie Kirk said that Biden should be executed for treason.
Yeah.
These fuckers don't know what treason means. They don't know what Marxist means. They don't know what anything means.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of the Bible, you get these fucking assholes a dictionary. They'd learn a lot more. Let them start quoting the dictionary.
But the dictionary would have to have pictures in it because they're not smart enough to read the words. It would just have to be like, like when you teach preschoolers with pictures.
Yes, exactly. To see and say of doom.
Oh, actually, or scratch and sniff.
Yes. Well, as long as Trump isn't involved in it, scratch and sniff, man. Jesus Christ, we don't even need nuclear weapons.
Scratch and sniff Trump would be a pretty funny product for sell to people.
But well, he does sell cologne. I wonder what it smells like. Probably smells like shit.
Smells like lies, Yeah. Yeah.
Smells like lies. That's what they call it. The name of his perfume.
Smells like
Smells like lies. Smells like lies. All right.
So we have exciting guests today. They are two of the activists that are in an organization called Flare. They're a DC group that are mobilizing people to protest against the administration. They do things like nonviolent organizational protests to the Capitol, to the White House. They're an all-volunteer movement. And we have two of the organizers of Flare on with us today. We're here with Hugh and Randy. They're from Flare, and I've already introduced the organization. But guys, why don't you tell us what Flare is and what you're up to at the moment?
Yeah, Hugh, you want to take that one?
I got you, Randy. Big dog, Randy. So Flare stands for Liberation and Resistance Everywhere. We have a 24/7 encampment that's set up right outside Union Station on Columbus Circle. And we have been here since May 1st. Again, 24/7, weathering storms, heat, so we can achieve our goal of impeaching and removing the demon president that currently sits within the White House.
Yeah, that's an awesome. That's a great mission. We love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do it in a lot of very fun and wacky ways. We go over to Heritage Foundation, which is about 2 blocks away, and ruin their workday every Monday. We
Those are
think
always
we've been
fun.
pretty effective so far, in the sense that we're kind of suspecting they started working online at home because we just keep making a ruckus outside.
Nice. Now you
Maybe
have to
you shift it. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you shift it to like Tuesday so they don't know.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we
I don't want
we plan on it.
yeah, and I don't want to give too much away, but because Heritage Foundation kind of watches and listens to everything that we do, and so but we do like giving them surprises every now and then, and just a surprise pop-up protest because it's just a block from us, and we can go
So
out there
is
and do our errands.
the goal with the Heritage Foundation to shame them out of continuing to support MAGA and what is it specifically that you were trying to
Yeah.
get Heritage to do?
So first, we want people in the neighborhood to know that they're there, to bring attention to them, to realize that these people are involved in civil society and our civil societies, not just a Heritage Foundation. They're in, real estate groups and, business development groups that are on Capitol Hill, things like that. And so we try and point that out, bring that to light. And then we, obviously the passersby will all see, but then a lot of it is, yeah, I mean, if you're going to work for the Heritage Foundation, you're probably too far gone. So it's, we will, the point is so they know that we know who they are and that they're responsible for this and they're going to be held accountable. And then also it's really a lot of fun. So it's very
I
so
love to.
therapeutic.
No, you cannot believe so. It's part of my self-care routine nowadays. Like
Yeah.
I go to therapy, I work out at the gym, I get outside, and then I go yell at fascists. It's such a blast.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that
yeah.
self-care was still legal in
Oh,
America.
yeah,
You can still care about yourself. Okay, good.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
self-care is the entire Trump MO is to care only about himself.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
Self-care and no one else
It
care.
takes self-care to a
To
new
add
level.
on to
It's
what
self-care with no care for others.
Yeah. Narcissism. There you
Yeah,
go.
to add on to what Randy was saying, we also just want to impede their workday. We know these people are essentially the brains behind the operation, and we want to make it as difficult as possible to do their jobs. And getting outside, getting as loud as humanly possible, right outside their workplace. I think it does the work pretty well.
Yeah, and they
But
probably
yeah,
it's kind of like if you're working in an office and there's a jackhammer outside your window all day, it starts to eat away at your brain. I imagine you're kind of eating away at them the more you're out there.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's definitely
exactly.
annoying.
I
There.
find whistles very that one woman that like bangs on pots whenever like Peter Navarro was giving his press conference, or just
Oh yeah.
whistles, has like a whistle around her neck and just whistle. I mean, stuff like that would drive anybody crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do that, and there's we kind of understand that, they probably are used to it, but they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's why we do it so often, is
So
just
let
to
me
be
ask
that
you quickly
constant presence.
let me ask you about Heritage, because Heritage Foundation has been around for a long time. It's not like this is new from the MAGA and Trump era, but do you think that do you think anyone in the Heritage Foundation has like softened their support for Republicans because of Trump, or are they still all in on this?
I think they're all in. I don't, like, yeah.
There's no
I
way
mean,
they can't be.
this is all their plan.
Like, look at what they've been doing with all of the bureaucrats within the federal government. They've been replacing all these people with party loyalists. I don't see why the Heritage Foundation, one of the biggest think tanks for the Republican Party, wouldn't be filled with these sycophantic, frothing at the mouth fascists,
Yeah, so they're loving this. They're loving the fact that
Yeah.
they feel like they've finally achieved the long-term goal
Yeah.
of dominating and like consolidating power.
The
Oh, yeah.
amazing thing is that fascism benefits. There are benefits to fascism, but the percentage of people that it benefits is so tiny.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
it should be expensive
unbelievable.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you just create more fear and more crime. They're turning America into Afghanistan. Yes, you'll have a bigger house, but you'll have to
Yeah.
have 15-foot walls and 11 armed guards. Yeah, that's a great way
Yeah.
to live.
And like I'm a veteran. I was in during 9/11 and and going. I never deployed to Afghanistan, but that was one of the big things when the whole PR going into there was look at how they treat their women. Their women are beaten and made to wear head coverings and burqas, and they have no rights, and they don't allow kids to go to school and all these other things. And that's exactly what they're doing. So Heritage Foundation just let the Taliban win and
Yeah.
Al Qaeda. They let Osama bin Laden win.
Yeah. Trying to
So
turn the United States into a larger version of Hungary to start
yeah,
with, but also Afghanistan or any other sort of, because Hungary had a similar situation where they were democracy and then just slowly became dictatorship. Everything in
Yeah.
Hungary happens through a grift. Like it's basically the end game is in order to get any business started or do anything in Hungary, you have to like pay up and there's payola and it's super, super corrupt.
well, I mean, this is the what we're dealing with the fall of the Soviet Union, the rise in organized crime in Eastern Europe, and now they have Trump in their pocket too, so it's all the same.
Yeah, it's
This
all
is
just a grift.
Eastern European
Huge grift.
organized crime that has captured Russia, Hungary, and the United States now.
Yep.
So let me get back to your tent because you're out there 24/7 and you said you're there right now, right?
I am here right now. It is very humid.
Well,
Nice
always, yeah.
levels of water.
But so what does that look like just on a practical level? The idea of having this encampment, what happens there other than people from your organization kind of manning the site? What happens all around you? Do people come and go, or like do you get people heckling you? Like what does that feel like on the
Oh my
ground?
God, do we ever? Uh, there, there was this a couple of January 6 people, like people that actually stormed the Capitol, who said that they served jail time for it proudly, that walked by and started just antagonizing the hell out of us. And we had to like calm folks down because they were trying to, just get something going, and then we kicked them out. But before they left, the guy threw up 2 sieg hails to bid us a farewell.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no, like these people are everywhere. It's
And
incredibly
these were like, just to be clear, these were pardoned criminals.
actual pardoned January 6
Yeah.
criminals.
Yeah.
I would go further and say domestic terrorists,
Yeah.
but say what you will.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like that's what's so
Occasionally,
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, he
yeah.
calls them hostages and political prisoners. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, man.
And you wanna hear a funny thing? I hear that these Jan Sixers are getting together every Thursday at 6 out in front of the White House to get this protest so they can get reparations for their time, sir.
Oh my God.
Wow. So they're like, they've gone
Yeah.
beyond the pardon. They're not even thankful for the pardon. They're like, not good enough. We need to get
Yeah.
paid. Right. Because again, the idea is that all these people are just grifters and they want to get what they can get. They have no concern for what damage it does. They just want, now they're like, we want ours.
Well,
No, none
Ashley Babbitt's family got 6 million, or between 3 and 6 million. I guess it's not disclosed, which is really fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Well, and she got military honors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Insane.
really pissed off a lot of veterans.
Yeah. And also, give it, this idea that we can now just randomly fly the flag at half mast for just any, non-serving, like Charlie Kirk didn't serve his country.
No.
He didn't really do anything other than go around and just kind of like indoctrinate college kids. And then now we have to fly the flag at half mast. Really not what it was intended for.
They're just giving out like cultist participation trophies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But not only that, but the tent also acts as essentially like a rapid response force to big events that we can quickly get to and from. Because we're right next to the train station, we can zip all around DC and quickly get to places where we need to be, whether they be, ICE checkpoints, or even if the president is trying to have some dinner at Joe's Crab Shack. But
Oh, I love that. There you go.
the best one that we were able to crash was the press conference with JD Vance, Stephen Miller, and Pete Hegseth.
Oh, at the Union Station. Yeah, I remember that.
At the Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, oh my God, it was so much fun. I called Pete Hegseth to his face, and he heard me because he looked over. I can also send you guys the video. I called to his face him a wife beater, and I called JD Vance a constipated rodent. It was so fun.
Constipated rodent.
He
That's
looks
awesome.
like it, though. He looks like he has 2 couch cushions just shoved in his cheeks.
Well, that's where he's storing all of his shame in his feet.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's like you couldn't cast a more ridiculous group of people, especially Hegseth and JD Vance together. They're like just the fake alpha male losers who are like, just I feel like I just can sense the insecurity and shame coming off of Hegseth every time he speaks. He just looks like it's like the fake confidence. Anyone who can read body language or like knows people at all knows that there's such a fake confidence coming off him that it's just it makes me so uncomfortable when I see it.
Did you guys see the Pete Hegseth doing not even pull-ups because they're chin-ups, so your palm is facing you? He couldn't do one, which is fine. You can't do one, but like somebody took that video and then he posted it. As if he was like, well, look at me. No, you didn't even do one. You failed, just like you failed at everything else. You fucking suck.
Yeah.
The only thing you've succeeded is you're putting on your pomade well.
Yeah.
He does have good hair gel. Yeah.
Yeah. And those types of guys, there was a reason that he was deemed to be too dangerous to serve in the National Guard when under Biden's inauguration. Right. So he was put on leave because he's a fucking threat.
Yeah.
And he so guys like that are a danger to the military. Like someone like him out in the field, like he would have been
unstable. Yeah.
They wouldn't have tolerated him out in the field.
Well, that only leads to running the entire military. That it's like he's not able, he wasn't even deemed worthy of serving in combat, but he's going to run the entire Pentagon. It's literally a nonsensical farce.
Yeah.
And all the alcohol doesn't help you do complicated jobs. Sorry. Unless you're Winston Churchill, maybe.
Yeah.
But it has to be dry. Maybe if it's dry gin. That's
and so this is one of the things about living and working in DC, and DC is kind of a small town, believe it or not. You know people that know them, right? And so there's things like his alcoholism is hidden. Like even though it's out there, like the worst of it is hidden.
Yeah.
And just like they do live in a gated military community, and there's never there child neglect, things like that, reports of their kids running around the neighborhood unsupervised, things like that. So it's not these are not the upstanding nuclear family that they would want. These are out of control, narcissistic. A lot of them,
like as if Donald Trump is the poster person for healthy family.
The fascist MO and the longest tradition of a fascist is to do violence. It's to do
harm. It's really to do harm and to use fear in order to make people do what you want. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to be interested in seeing is some of the domestic violence statistics.
Because that's no longer a crime, apparently.
Or dropping because these ICE agents are deployed.
Yeah,
that is
very interesting.
Interesting.
because the prevalence of domestic violence in law enforcement, plus you couple that with white supremacy, the likelihood that they're going to be, if they're violent to society, they're going to be violent to their family.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like
You
in their
know?
blood. It's kind of in their
So-
blood, and yeah.
Yeah,
It's
So,
like-
I'm glad these families are safe while the ICE agents are gone.
So I want to know how many people can fit in the tent that you're speaking of.
Oh, well, we have multiple tents. We got one tent that's only allowed to be entered by medics. Then we have our art tent where we make all of our signs and whatnot. And then we have our main tent. But that's a good question. I've not thought about that. Like, Randy, what are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Oh no. Yeah.
You haven't tried cramming as many people as you can.
No, we haven't done the old telephone booth.
So we have sort of a limited time on this podcast. I just wanted to ask you a question about the future of Flair. So obviously you're doing, those two things, right? You have the little compound, and then you've been going out to the Heritage Foundation and protesting Fox and so on. But what is the next step? Like, what are you hoping that will happen next for Flair? Like, what are the plans?
Yeah, so good question. So, we also, with those two things, we also do congressional walks
Oh yeah, because you're right by the Capitol too. Yeah.
every Monday. So we go up there and we take constituents up there to meet with their Congress folks, to take them right into the office. People are really surprised on how easy it is to do once they get over that like initial fear of approaching their congressional.
Yeah, they just sit in there. I mean, you're supposed to be able to go in whenever you want.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we show people how to do that. And so in future, especially near future, we're going to continue to do that and hopefully grow that. And I would love to be able to take at least two people from every, from every representative into their office, in the month of October. That would be ideal.
Have you had any are there any specific Congress people or senators that you've had interesting run-ins with while we bring people in?
MTG.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Well, so it's weird. So we've had the door slammed on us for certain things, but then welcomed for other things. So like when you talk about impeachment, they won't do it. When you talk about releasing the Epstein files, you get a Diet Dr. Pepper and some peanuts. They're much more receptive to talk about that.
Oh, they really are.
Well,
Yeah.
MTG's been on the forefront of that, so that makes sense, right? She's been out
Yeah.
there. I don't understand that. Like, I mean, so people like MTG, I wonder, does she think Trump is not going to be implicated, which is why she's super comfortable being out there talking about it? Or does she not, is that not, I mean, I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, why would she be so vocal about it if she doesn't think?
Like, when I think about MTG, I think of her because we talk about like the vast majority of the Republican Party being grifters and these just con men and con women, but I think MTG is a genuine, like, true believer. Like, she literally is known for all of her conspiracy theories and whatnot. And the Epstein files and what happened is one of like the biggest like controversies and biggest conspiracy there is. All of these billionaires, all of these powerful people being involved.
So it feeds into her preconceived notion that there's conspiracies.
Yeah, that's my guess, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I think that he's just a genuine believer.
That's a good way to think about that.
Yeah,
I
so
feel the same way about
the more mysterious and kind of like weird something is, the more interest she has in it.
Yeah. I mean, because I had heard rumblings that she had said that she doesn't like the way that the GOP treats women.
Yeah, and that's another thing too.
And that she's mad at some people, and so yeah. So it could be because of that too.
She doesn't like the way the GOP treats women, but she supports a rapist.
Yeah, exactly.
So weird.
That I've noticed about Republicans, whether it be their supporters or representatives, they really only care about issues when it directly starts to affect them.
Thank you so much, guys.
Hey, no
could I
problem.
say one final thing?
Yes, please.
So you mentioned or asked rather, what our camp does, and I was also thinking about the other things that we do. But I think one of the most important things is we give a lot of people hope. A
Yeah.
lot of folks that
Mhm.
pass by, they're filled with apathy, or there's so little time in their day to really participate in these actions. But when they see us, like, they always have some big smile. And one
Yeah.
lady even like was so moved by the fact that we've been out here, whether it be next to military vehicles or getting hassled by Trump supporters. She was brought to tears. And I
Wow.
think that's the most important thing that we can do in these times, especially with just lack of leadership. But yeah,
No, that's very
that's
cool.
the
That's
last
very
thing I
cool. Yeah,
wanted
I
to
mean,
say.
that's what people who are actively doing things are the one. I mean, we all have to be out there doing what we can, and
Yeah.
that's what gives everybody hope for sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they say all politics is local, especially now. So you got to really take care of your community
Yeah,
and get out there and protect people and like make those connections like you did.
for sure.
Thank you for having us on.
All right, let's do it.
The Patriot test.
Yes. Oh, so we were fortunate enough to get a hold of MAGA's patriotism test. And this is the test that you have to get all the answers correct in order to become part of the MAGA movement, to prove that you're patriotic enough. So here is the first question on the MAGA patriotism test. What is the best use of the United States flag? Is it A, to fly it proudly all year round, B, to fly it from your pickup truck when you head over to Home Depot, or C, fly it at half-mast, but only when a fascist dies, and then take the pole and use it to beat up cops at the Capitol?
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's obviously C.
Which amendment to the Constitution is the most patriotic? A, the First Amendment, which guarantees the right to free speech.
Uh-huh.
B, the Second Amendment, which allows citizens to arm themselves. Or C, the 19th Amendment, which allows women to vote, but only if your woman vows to vote for Trump and serves her man without complaining.
Yep, definitely that one. Yep. That proves that you're a real American. What is the most patriotic way to serve your country? Is it to A, become a U.S. congressperson, B, to become a U.S. senator, or C, to join ICE, greedily collect your $45,000 signing bonus, and then take part in separating your Latino neighbors from their families?
Yes, it could only be C.
Clearly, joining ICE is the most patriotic thing you can do.
Yes, once you join ICE, I mean,
Yeah, there's
you're
no,
the
I mean, you show your real colors when you join ICE. You're saying, I'm an American, and all these other people with all these different skin colors and all these different cultural identities, they're just not.
and your business card says ICE/kidnapper. Because that's what you are. You're a kidnapper.
Yeah.
And I wish that these pussies would, you really want, to get rid of crime. There's not a lot of crime in the Home Depot parking lots.
No.
Okay.
No.
Why don't you go into where the real gangs are? Because you're pussies. That's
be
why.
fair-
And because that's hard work.
To be fair, the guy who was selling me oranges in the Home Depot parking lot last week, the oranges were a little mealy.
Yeah, one of them had like this mark on the side.
That is a crime. Which of the following is the most patriotic document? A, the Declaration of Independence, B, the U.S. Constitution, or C, the Trump Signature Edition Bible, which you can buy now for the low, low price of only $1,000. This joke was approved by Lee Greenwood.
And the Trump Bibles are printed in China.
Of
Not
course they
kidding.
are. Yeah.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the Signature Edition Bible is the one you want, because that's signed.
Yes.
But the signature, by the
signed-
way, looks nothing like the signature on the birthday card for Jeffrey Epstein, because that one was obviously forged and rigged.
Oh, of course. And I think the Trump Signature Edition Bible was done with AutoPen.
Yeah, AutoPen. What the hell is AutoPen? Like, why do I keep hearing about this AutoPen thing?
If it just basically, if you have like a million things to sign, you don't have to sign them all.
But I mean,
with
like,
AutoPen.
Trump he was talking about AutoPen with Starmer there yesterday, and Starmer's like, what are you talking about?
He's
He
a
just
moron.
went on a tangent about the AutoPen in the middle of a
Yeah.
fucking news conference.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What is the most patriotic thing you can own as an American? A, a car made in the United States. B, a small business in your community. Or C, the libs.
Oh, you got to own the lib.
Own the libs.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You got to stop renting the libs. Own the libs.
Don't even just
The
get
libs.
Don't even buy stock in the libs. You got to own the whole thing.
You gotta own the libs. Why are you put it on your to-do list? Own the libs. Which of these is a truly patriotic thing to say? I have a dream that my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character, by Martin Luther King. B, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, by JFK. C, I can't stand empathy, by Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, obviously it's C. I mean, empathy is a made-up term by the libs to help other people feel accepted and liked, and that is just so weak. That's such weakness.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is, he was.
I mean, he literally said, "I can't stand empathy." Like,
yeah, and he thinks that black pilots can't do the job. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy, I'm sorry, he was not only a piece of shit person, but everybody's like, what about his kids? What about his kids? People that are piece of shit people
oh yeah,
are never good fathers. You're a
People
piece
that-
of shit person, you're a piece of shit dad.
I mean, everybody, like, a lot of people, like Stalin had kids. Just because he had kids that are like going to be struggling now, that he was a good person. I mean, that's not a one-to-one thing. It's just not.
Right. And what about the kids who lost their father who worked in a car wash?
Or
You know,
what about
who
the
got
kids that
kidnapped?
lost their lives because they were shot up in a school?
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, or the cops that were shot in Pennsylvania. I mean, or the kids that were shot in Colorado.
Or
I mean,
anyone
it
who
just
loses
goes on
their
and on.
Yeah. I mean, there have been, like, if you want to talk about kids losing their parents, you look at a list of the gun deaths every year in the United States, because we don't have any ability to restrict guns in the right way. There's thousands of orphaned kids because of gun violence every year in the United States. And I don't hear anybody talking about that on the right. All I hear is this one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes no sense.
And one guy who's Grifty McGrifter. So that's all it is. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
a fucking.
Oh, we should try to get Grifty McGrifter on for next week's podcast.
I asked him, and he wanted money because he's grifting. He's grifting us. All right.
ABG, always be grifting. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for listening. Well, take care, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.